Hello students, welcome to the best platform for ATC preparation. As you might be knowing that it's very good news that ATC had released the official notification and you are having total 400 vacancies. So I think this is the best opportunity to get into such a reputed PSU. Okay, so in this series, I will be solving all the previous year of physics which has been appeared in 2020 notification. So this was the very first question which has been given into that. And what you have to do is you have to simply pause the video. You have to think for some 1 or 2 minutes and try to solve it. And if you are not able to solve it, simply see the video and the approach exactly I am giving. The batch is already running from the past 25 days, and right now, like I am starting the YouTube series also, and I will be discussing various other things on the same platform. Okay, so let us continue with the question. A radio can tune into any station in 6 megahertz to 10 megahertz band. Find the corresponding wavelength band. See, when students initially see this problem, they something see like or they something imagine that sir, this question is related to some communication system. But believe me, if you are having a good basics, then this question can be solved in a very easy manner. How? I have to find out the wavelength and I have been given frequency. So what I will be doing, I will be remembering some formula which relates frequency with the wavelength, or for a corresponding frequency what should be your corresponding wavelength. And because it's a radio tune, so it actually travels with the speed of light. So when you actually think of the problem, you have already taken my class last time. So if you had seen the lecture, then you might be knowing that how exactly I used to like combine the basic things with the actual technical topics. So simply just to remind, I am telling you, everyone knows about E is equal to h mu. Okay. And further E will be equal to h c by lambda. Right. So from here only, you will be getting the relation between mu and lambda. That mu will be equal to c by lambda, or you can say lambda is equal to c by mu, right? So simply you have to put the value for the corresponding frequency and find out the corresponding wavelength. That's it. That's only you have to exactly proceed with. So corresponding to this, what I am doing, corresponding to this 6 megahertz, what I had done, sir, it will be nothing. C by mu. So C, it is 3 into 10 to the power 8, and mu, it is 6 megahertz. So 6 into mega means 10 to the power 6. And when you satisfy the unit, even I can tell you C by lambda. So C, it is meter per second, and frequency, it is in hertz. That means per second. So I mean to say 1 by second. So 1 by second, 1 by second will get cancelled out and only meter will remain. So whatever this answer will be there, it will be in meters. And 3 by 6, it is nothing, 0.5 into 10 to the power 2, which is 100. So this is nothing, this is 50 meter. So corresponding to 6 megahertz, the wavelength will be 50 meter. And if I calculate wavelength corresponding to 10 megahertz, it will be nothing, it is 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 10 into 10 to the power 6 meters. So it will be nothing, 0.3 into 100, it will be 30 meters. So by default, you can see the range which you are getting is from 30 meter to 50 meter for the given frequency. It was as simple as that. You don't have to unnecessarily think any extra. Okay. I hope you might have got this particular question. Now further, which of the following quantities belong to dimension ML T2 A minus 2? So again, see, as of now, I know that what should be this answer. I know that the answer is permeability, but my agenda is not to only solve the option which is correct. My agenda is I will be telling you all other things also. Torsional constant. So torsional constant, it is related to shear. Okay, so for shear stress, you might be knowing tau is equal to K into theta. And torsional constant is what? K. Okay, you might be knowing for any shear stress application, the shear stress is directly proportional to the rotation inside that. And when this proportionality is removed, tau simply is equal to k into theta. So from here, k will be equal to tau by theta. And tau theta, it is what? It is in radians, right? It is in radians. So it will not be having any kind of unit. So directly, torsional constant will be equal to shear stress. Okay, and for shear stress, it is nothing, it is MLT minus 2. Okay, MLT minus 2 or what? You can simply calculate whatever the unit of stress is there, it is force upon area. You can directly calculate. And here only student used to make the mistake. Okay, because what student know in the question, this is given as MLT minus 2, which is actually a unit of force. Okay, and this is A minus 2. So I'm simply interpreting it. Okay, like it is simply having the dimension of stress, nothing else. This will be having the dimension of stress. Okay, so dimension on for stress, it is simply force upon area. Okay, if it is having dimension of stress, you can remember any formula of stress, and the very simplest formula is F upon A. So F is having what? It is MLT minus 2. And area, just in the misinterpretation, they simply you or try to mark this particular option. Okay, so that will become totally wrong. And what you have to do is you have to do nothing for shear stress. Okay, like for shear stress force upon area, this area it will be L2. Okay, so it will be nothing ML minus 1 T minus 2. This will be the answer for it. Okay, further magnetic field. For magnetic field, if I could say, simply remember magnetic field Biot-Savart law. What exactly it say? So the magnetic field intensity will be equal to mu naught Ni upon 2R. Right. This is the simplest formula. So from here, you can directly calculate the things. And even this is also this magnetic field. It is equal to F upon QV. Okay, where Q is charge and V is velocity, and this is force, magnetic force, charge, velocity, right? So simply you can put, either you can put in this formula or either you can put in this formula, but this formula contains mu naught, which is again something like a complex format. So why to put unnecessary into that? We should focus on the basics. We should remember such formula which actually gives us the basic dimensions. So force, we remember directly, it is nothing ml t minus 2. For q, q is what? Sir, we know that current, it is charge flow per unit seconds. So it is nothing, for if I will tell you, it is nothing, it is q by s. So q will be equal to I into s. For I we used to write a, and for second we used to write t. So it is nothing, it is at. And velocity, it is meter per second. So meter per second is nothing, L t minus 1. So you can simply calculate that. So what exactly it will become? Sir, L and L will get cancelled out, and t, and this is here, t, and here it is also, and t minus 1 and this one. So it is nothing, it is m a minus 1 t minus 2. So again it is not satisfying. So this will also be the wrong answer. This is also be the wrong answer. I directly know that the dimension of this is permeability. But if suppose in examination something appears whose dimension you are not knowing, in that case what exactly you will be doing? You have to again get back to the basics, and you have to remember some of the basic formula whose dimension you actually know. And from there you have to proceed out. Okay, and now magnetic moment. I think many, if you had seen my lecture directly, I into A. It was the simplest formula of magnetic moment. So for I, we are writing A, and for A, what is it? It is area. So it is L2, AL2. So again, this will be not the answer for this. And now permeability. So for permeability, you can directly approach this particular thing. You can directly approach this particular formula. You are already knowing the dimension of B, or you are already knowing this also. So you can directly approach that. It's upon you. Okay, but if suppose something appears extra, okay, like if you don't know the dimension of B, in that case, what you will be doing? Sir, we will be approaching from this formula only for B also. So why not we are directly equating this with this? So that only I am doing. So mu will be nothing. It will be F upon QV into 2R upon Ni. That's it. So F, we are knowing, sir, ml T minus 2. 2R, it is nothing, it is L. For Q, what is exactly Q? Sir, we had already written here. Q, where it is A into T. For velocity, it is LT minus 1, right? And number of turns, it is not having any kind of unit. Again, I could repeat, this is permeability of free space. This mu naught is permeability of free space, n is number of turns, I is current intensity, r is radius. This is magnetic force, this is again charge, and this is velocity. That's it in the magnetic field. And further, n into I, n is not having any unit, I, it will be having unit of A. That's it. So when you will be calculating it, you will be getting it as ml t minus 2 A minus 2. That's it. I hope you are getting this particular thing. Okay. So from here, directly your answer will be permeability. But still, I had solved all the others options also. Further, what is the period of revolution T of charge minus Q1 if a particle of mass m carries a charge minus Q1, starts moving around a fixed charge plus 2 along a circular path of radius r? See, again, this is a very basic question. Students generally even not able to initiate that how we are going to find out the value of time period. See, when you had seen my lecture, in the lecture, what I had told you, in the lecture, I had told if you don't know a single part of the question, you have to think of the very, very basic part. Sir, I don't know how to calculate the period of revolution. So time. So in aptitude, you had studied. Sir, time is nothing. It is distance upon speed. And what kind of motion it is? Sir, circular motion, because it is having a circular path. So when you had seen my lectures of mechanics, what I had told, in the circular motion, it is nothing. The total distance covered in one single round, it is 2 pi r. And the speed inside that circular path, suppose it is v. So from here, simply the time period will be calculated by 2 pi r by v. And now we have to put the formula of either V or either R, it's upon you. You have to simplify that. That's it. And because it is a circular path, so inside a circular path, I should simply tell you, suppose if there is a circular path, inside a circular path, what happens? I should, okay, suppose this is charge Q1. I'm simply taking an example. Suppose this is charge Q1, this is charge Q2. Okay, which is positive and this is negative. So by default, what I can tell you is, sir, there will be an attraction between them. Yes or no? There will be an attraction. But one more thing, if something is, it is in the circular motion and the radius always been constant everywhere around the whole circular path, the radius is constant. So if the radius is not changing, that means the net inward force is equal to net outward force. That is the actual basics of circular motion. If you had seen my lecture, right? I'm simply proceeding in the way, considering that you don't know a single theory related to class 11th and 12th. I'm simply proceeding in a very, very basic manner. I'm not telling you any kind of formula. I'm not telling you any kind of trick also. Okay. I'm simply proceeding with the basics, and inside the course, I will be telling you many more things that how to approach a newer question. If in, sir, inside, if attractive force is there, so inside force, it is known as centripetal force, and the force which is acting outward, it will be known as centrifugal force. So centrifugal force, there is nothing we are seeing around the centrifugal force, but it is a pseudo force. We know that it is in a circular motion. So mv square by r directly, but the force which is acting inward, it is nothing, it is the electrostatic attraction between minus q1 and q2. So the centripetal force, this electrostatic attraction force will act as a centripetal force. Okay, so inside it, what will be the formula? What is the formula of electrostatic force? Sir, K Q1 Q2 by R square. And for K, you used to write, because in the question, as we can see, epsilon naught, the permissivity has been given to you. So by default, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So both these forces will be equal. That's it. Simply proceed from here and you will be getting your answer. Okay, so F inside it is nothing, it is centripetal. I should write it. This is centrifugal. So we are saying that which force is acting inward. So inward, it is electrostatic force. Inward, it is electrostatic force. So that's why here electrostatic attraction force is acting as a centripetal force, and we don't find any other force for the centrifugal force. So that's why we will interpret it as a pseudo force, because in the question they had given that it is in the circular path. So to remain in a circular path, there has to be an equal and opposite centrifugal force around the centripetal force. Okay, so that's why if we are not able to find that, we simply interpret it as a pseudo force. That's it. Okay, so directly equate it. mv square by r is equal to 1 upon 4 pi e naught into q1 q2 upon r square. Here it is v, here it is v square. So either what you can do is you can make square of this. Okay, what I am doing, I am making square of this. So this t square, I am writing it here. T square will be equal to 4 pi square r square upon v square. And from here, you can simply get the value of that v square also. And what you want to calculate? Sir, I want to calculate this t. I want to calculate this t. So either put the value of v square here and get the value. So v square here will be, sir, it is 1r and 1r here. So from here, v square will be equal to q1 q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r m. That's it. So what exactly I am doing, I am simply replacing this v square with the formula of it, which is q1 q2 into 4 pi epsilon naught m, and after that you will be getting your answer as option number A. Very easy. 4 into 4, it will be 16. Pi square and pi, it will be pi cube. R square, and so what will happen? 16 pi cube and r square and r, it will be r cube and epsilon naught. Okay, and 1 m will remain divided by q1 q2. So this is t square. This is t square. So what I will be doing, I will removing this square and I will be putting root above that. So this option will be appearing directly. So I hope you got the concept that how exactly we are approaching a question, even we are not knowing a single concept about that. We just have to be very good at our basics. And for improving our basics, must remember class 11th topics are very important. Okay, then only you will be able to apply all the mechanics inside the class 12th things. The theory is very less. I had compiled the whole physics in only 60 hours, whole mathematics in only 60 hours. You cannot believe, but I had done that. Okay, so inside that, when you are good at basics, you will be able to approach the question very well. And simply, I could say the vacancy is very, very large. It's a very good opportunity for all of you. So just be updated with us on this YouTube channel, and I will be like solving the whole physics PYQ within this week. I'm having some important works in the next 1-2 days, but after that I will be uploading all the previous year physics questions. Okay, so that's all about in this particular lecture. The very next lecture we will be discussing some more 3 to 4 questions.